Yeah, I would like to tell you about my work today. I made
Okay, great.
I made a worksheet about a situation concerning my ex-colleagues. Um, they are s- they are going to split up, and so I try to make a worksheet, but I know there are different people involved, and well, I am confused. I am confused about what happened, but also confused when I try to make a worksheet about it.
Mhm, mhm. Yeah, I can see how that could be a challenging situation to write, write a judge your neighbor worksheet, which is the main worksheet for doing the work of Byron Katie. So, normally in that worksheet, you're trying to identify one person that has done something and you're upset about it. And
Yeah,
but in this case, it's a group of people
yeah,
and they're splitting up and there's a lot of individuals.
yeah,
So how do you do that? Um,
yeah.
so the first thought that comes to mind, and I don't know, we'll have to kind of think about this together. But the first thought that comes to me is to judge the group as a whole, if that's what's bothering you. So I don't know. Do you want to play with that a little bit and tell me if that makes sense, or we can just keep exploring here together?
But they don't behave as a whole. That's part of the problem because
Hmm.
I blame them for not taking. Yeah, well, they split up, so they don't continue what we had. Uh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is a group thing. It's sort of like, when I
Mhm.
think back to when my parents got divorced, it was I can blame my mom, I can blame my dad, but I'm blaming them that they didn't hold it together for me to
Yes.
have a solid family or
Yeah.
something to
Yeah. It feels as a
so
divorce for me. It really feels as a divorce. It's so strange.
yeah.
I left home.
Yeah.
I left my pl- a spot where I worked for 17 years,
Hmm.
and it feels as if they divorced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what does them divorcing, in that, if you're going to use that word, what does that mean? Like, what are they doing to you? What are they causing? Like, what are they causing to happen to you, or what are they doing to you when they break up?
Yeah, they break up my history.
Yeah.
They break up. Um, yeah, the continuing story. As I
Say that again.
the continuing story, they break up
Okay.
the work that has been done by um, the founders.
Hmm.
So they don't honor the founders.
Yep.
Um, and they also take away a place where I really felt at home.
Yeah.
And so I can't even go there and visit them anymore. Well, it will take some months before that will happen, but yeah,
Yeah.
they,
Yeah. And
they,
sorry, you had one more.
yeah, they made a choice for themselves, individual,
Mm.
and um, yeah, they neglected or ignored the group or the history.
Yeah. Okay. So these are getting really close to the kind of like emotional interpretation of what is stressful about this, as far as I can see from outside here. Like, you can look at the individuals, they did some things, and there could be still some worksheets. Like maybe one person was strongly trying to do this, and the other person was trying to do this, and you can judge them individually, but as a whole, they're breaking up your history,
Yeah.
breaking up the continuing story. They don't honor the founders. They take away a place where you felt at home.
Yeah.
They made uh, a choice for themselves, but they ignored the group or the history.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
so yeah, any one of these could be a great line one for the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet. In this case, it's going to be I am whatever emotion that is with the group because
Yeah.
they did this
Yeah.
one, this or that or the other. Yeah. So, if you like, we could do the work. Or if you like, you can continue writing this worksheet. What are your thoughts here at this point?
Well, let's try the worksheet.
Okay, let's flesh it out. So writing a worksheet is as important as going through the 4 questions and turnarounds of the work, and it's the way to get all those stressful thoughts onto paper so that you
Mhm.
can question them.
Yeah.
So we've been playing with the basically line one. Let's go ahead and narrow it down, and I will read again those statements that you
Mm.
said, and you tell me if one of them is close for you.
Yeah. Okay.
So they break up my history.
Yeah.
They break up the continuing story. They don't honor the founders. They take away a place where I felt at home. They make a choice for themselves, and they ignored the group or the history.
Yeah.
Which of one? Which one of those feels most stressful to you?
Yeah. They made up a choice for themselves and ignored the whole group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and that one, since it's kind of long, kind of has 2 parts to it.
Yeah.
Of those 2 parts, which is the more important or the central part for you? They made a choice for themselves, or they ignored the group?
Yeah. They ignored the group.
Okay, great. So let's choose that then as the main part of your line one statement. And to finish that, what is the emotion that you're feeling when you think they ignored the group, basically chose themselves over the group?
Yeah. um. Well, it confuses me, and
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, I can also be angry about it.
Okay. Great. So I am confused and angry
Yeah.
at them because they chose themselves over the group or they ignored the group,
Yeah.
however you want to phrase it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ignored the group. So the next part of the worksheet then is to identify the wants in this situation. What are you wanting? How are you wanting things to be different? What are you wanting them to do differently? This is your chance to argue with reality
Yeah.
and really listen to what those feelings are. So what are your wants? Let's make a list.
Yeah, I want them to make excuses to me for
Mhm.
yeah, for breaking up my history.
Mhm. Like apologize kind of thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm. And if you want, I can write these down and then I'll send them to you so you can just stay in the meditation and don't have to write them all
Hmm.
down.
Okay, thanks. Great.
Okay. So, what else do you want? How do you want them to be different in this situation when they're ignoring the group?
I want them to have space for my grieving.
Mm.
Yeah, I want them to stay together, but it's absurd.
That's
They won't do that.
that's exactly what we're looking for here.
Yeah,
That's what we're looking like. This is question two. The wants is your biggest argument with what is.
yeah,
It's like your tantrum. Like, what do you want? They're ignoring the group. What do you want? I want them to stay together. It's a perfect answer. That's exactly what we're looking for. Yeah.
they. I didn't admit
And
this to myself.
it's yeah. I mean, what we're doing is we're giving voice
Yeah,
to the something that was already inside there, you know? And then this is just saying, what honestly, what is it that I want? Oh, I want them to stay together.
yeah, yeah,
So clear.
yeah.
Anything else along those lines?
No,
Okay,
for
great.
now it's okay.
It's good. We found it, you know?
Yeah.
That's huge. So the next line of the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet is the advice shoulds. So
Mhm.
if like how do you advise them in this situation? What should they do differently that would help you
Yeah,
to get what you want? Basically, we're still arguing with reality here,
yeah.
but it's a little more subtle, like almost like a little manipulation. If you would just do this, if you would just see this, if you would only realize that, then you would do this and this, and I would get what I want. So, what advice in terms of they should or they shouldn't can you give them to help you in that direction?
They should show more respect for um, the history and
Yes.
expertise that was built up and the good name we have in the community. And yeah, they should be aware of that they shatter the the good name and the good contacts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and the reason this fits so well in the advice column is that it has to do with it's like motivating. If they could be aware that they shatter this good name and good contacts, they might think twice about it and maybe change their mind or don't do it. That's what this advice is about, like how to change their mind almost, you know? We're like I said, we're still arguing with reality. It's still a stressful thought, but it's a little more subtle version of it.
mhm.
Okay, so let's keep going then. The next one, line 4 is the needs. And this is what you need now to be happy and what they could do to give you that. The assumption is they're doing something and that's messing up your happiness.
Mhm.
They could so they could do something that would give you your happiness back. So this is what the needs are. Can you find anything there?
I need them to comfort me. But how?
Mm, okay. Anything specific they could say or do that would comfort you?
Being aware that it's for me nearly traumatic. I don't know.
Mhm.
So it's so confusing. Yeah, as if they take my house away. And
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, so we can say, "I need them to see that it's as if they take my house away."
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Safe
and then
spot.
once
Hmm.
keep going, sorry.
Yeah, that they take away a safe spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then if they saw that, what would you need them to say to you or to do, actually, to make you feel okay again and safe again?
Um, I need them to tell me that they didn't think of me. Anyway,
Mm,
I left. I was, yeah, I'm not part of the process.
right.
Yeah,
But still, this statement that you just said is right on. Like, I need them to tell me that they didn't think of me. It doesn't matter that I left or that I'm
yeah,
no longer a part of it. It's still I want to be thought of because
yeah,
yeah, and we're just letting the emotions talk here.
yeah.
So anything else you need them to tell you or to do for you, to help you feel safe again?
I need them to tell me that they didn't realize that it would be such a shock for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
exactly. Like, if you imagine them doing that, can you feel like would that start making you feel more safe again?
yeah, yeah. More, um, yeah, connected with them.
Yeah. So that's what we're looking for in these needs is something they would do that if they did it, it would actually change how you feel.
Yeah,
That would actually make you feel more connected, more safe, more happy, more peaceful.
yeah,
Now, again, this is still argument with reality because we're wanting them to change and do that, and they're not doing that. So it's still a stressful thought, but it's a deeper level yet of stressful thoughts. So we're collecting all the layers of stressful thoughts so that we can question them when we finish the worksheet.
Mm.
So the next one is the judgments. What do you think of them in that moment when you find out that they have basically uh, taken made that decision, thought about themselves and not
Mhm.
thought about the group, ignored the group?
Yeah.
So what do you think of them?
I think they are egoistic. Um, 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 they behaved in panic. Um, they grabbed the opportunity to make things open. Yeah, they made a choice for themselves, just for themselves. Yeah, they are selfish.
Yeah, yeah. So this is the judgment that these are the judgments that are sitting in you when you see this situation. So the last line of the Judge Your Neighbor worksheet is line 6, which is, what is it you don't ever want to experience again with them or a situation like this again?
I don't want to experience again that my image is shattered so enormously. Yeah. And that
Yeah.
my values um, seem no worth for them. Yeah, and that there is such a big difference between, yeah, how I would choose and what they did. Yeah.
And then tie it in anything related to the idea of them ignoring the group. I guess that's kind of what you were just doing, actually.
Hmm.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
I think you may have covered it. But any other thoughts? I don't ever want. Um,
Yeah, I don't ever want to feel so much discomfort in a safe space. Yeah.
yeah, great. Okay, so Thank you for sitting with this and looking for all the different layers of stressful thoughts that are here.
Mm.
And you've collected them very systematically. That's what this worksheet does. And so now you have a list. You have a list of many statements. I'll send it to you so you can start working on it.
Yeah.
But just one by one, go through them, question, and see what you can find as you explore.
Mm.
But step one is just that honesty, and you've done that so well. So thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for guiding me.
My pleasure.
Mhm.